Hello, Apollo 11 Houston. We recommend you accept the now 49. Continue through your sequence of sightings, and then we'll analyze the data afterwards. Over. You're okay.
Hello, and welcome back to the Depths of Jigoku Podcast. Thanksgiving has officially passed, so now we can unfreeze that SCP Christmas monster Mariah Carey. This week, we are joined by Kain, DreadPirate,
What up, guys?
KickenBeans,
I don't know how to respond.
Scorch,
What did I miss?
I'm with A.
and me,
I can't stand that.
Bipoe.
Hearing it all
Yeah.
month
That was
long.
such a good description of Mariah Carey.
Yeah, I had to think about it for a quick second. I'm like, yeah, that's the intro. Just gonna make fun of the Christmas time.
Ever since her titties went public.
Wait, Mariah Carey's titties went public?
Hold up,
You
what?
don't remember the halftime show from the Super Bowl? Like,
It's Janet Jackson, my man.
oh,
How do you mix up? I know this isn't a topic now,
buddy?
but how do you mix up Janet Jackson and Mariah Carey?
because neither of them are neither of them are really relevant anymore outside of
Janet
December.
Carey.
Also, Joe Jackson never beat him, so he doesn't have to remember all their names.
Sure.
Holy moly, that was funny.
All right,
That's
so
alright.
I am
My headache is hitting so bad right now.
I am excited. I am giddy. I'm about to spend $30, and I think all of you should too.
Okay, what's $30?
Legacy
buying
of
WoW.
Kain, Soul Reaver 1 and 2 Remastered just dropped on Steam like 3 hours ago.
I saw they were doing that. I didn't know it was out so soon though.
That
It
I
is-
can't get behind.
It is Windows ready.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm
it's
probably
only
gonna spend
$30.
$30. I've been waiting for them to because I've tried to find the Soul Reaver games and they just
Dude, I've had them on Steam
I-
since they were sold on Steam.
really.
Yeah, they don't work
Same.
on anything past Windows XP.
Indeed.
Fair
And
enough.
That is the problem with them.
it's one of those like you need a Linux drive to run them, but then you got to tune the Linux drive to run them. I spent like 3 hours on my Steam Deck trying to get it to work properly before I just gave up on it. So I'm super excited about these. I'm mad that it's $30, but whatever.
I mean, that's not bad for 2 remastered games.
I already have them
know-
on Steam.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if I were gonna spend $30 right now, it would probably be on the PoE 2 early access key.
I'm gonna wait
Just
till
saying.
that's free.
That's what I'm saying. I'm also waiting till it's free. But if I was gonna spend anything $30 on anything right now, gaming wise, it'd probably
Okay.
be that instead.
Path of Exile.
Good thing I don't have $30 to spend.
Were we just talking about that game?
Yeah, the second one dropped finally.
Oh, they came out with the second one.
Yeah, like 2 days ago. So it's in early access. You can go up to Act 3, I think, or something like that. But and you have access to 6 of the 8 total characters or 12 total characters, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, a couple people I know had been playing it and telling me it's really good. And I watched a couple videos, of course. But I don't know, man. I feel like Path is one of those games where I will pick it up, I will play it for a month, I will put it down, and then I'll pick it up again 6 months later. So I'm just gonna wait the 6
be
months.
around. Yeah, it's gonna be around for a long, long while. So I am in no hurry.
Yeah, if the first one was any indication of how popular it's going to be and is, I am not worried about missing out. There's no FOMO over here.
Yeah, I mean, by the time I got into the first Path of Exile, I mean, all the expansions had already come out, so I'm not gonna be missing much.
I mean, you did miss some things, right? Like you quit playing it and it kept going. There weren't really new expansions, but there were new leagues, I guess you call them. So you restart a new character with a new kind of game mode that they're doing in the game.
Oh, that's cool.
But like that
I did miss
happens.
that, but
That happens all the time with that though. Like that's like every 3 months, I think. They're putting out like a new kind of like, I don't want to call it like a gimmick, but like a new game mechanic. That's what I meant to say. Game mechanic.
That sounds like gimmick.
Gimmick.
Depends on the game.
It's done installing.
Yeah,
What,
I
Soul
see
Reaver?
Yeah.
yeah,
It's only 7 gigs.
Legacy of You?
Oh yeah. That's where I took the name from. Not specifically this game, the original Legacy of Kain game was what started my gamer tag. All because Xbox wouldn't let me keep my original gamer tag.
And also, that's kind of where I assumed you had gotten it from.
Yeah.
What was your original gamer tag?
It
Doughboy.
was
Is it something we have to bleep?
It
No.
is, write this down, because it is also my gamer tag on a lot of other things. But it was Drow Carnage, because it's Drow Carnage 69, because it specifically is a D&D and a lesbian joke all in one. And I guess Microsoft figured it out. One of their nerds saw it and wanted it, maybe. I don't know. But they kicked that, and then their recommendation was Devilish Fur 69 420. So that was my gamer tag for the longest time. And then now it is what it is now.
That's kind of like now, like I've been running the gamer tag KickenBeans for over a decade. Like,
Yeah, that was your OG like Xbox tag back
yeah,
in the
that's
day.
been my fucking gamer tag since I could create one way back on OG Xbox. Never had any issues. Nintendo Switch online platform is the only system that's giving me issues with that gamer tag.
Is it
It's
because they
flagged.
find it racist?
Yeah, they're flagging it as a racist name, so I just take out the E in the middle and now it's okay.
Dude, you should call them and select the English and then only speak Spanish in your complaint.
Also, wait, which E?
So
The
the way-
before the N, I'd imagine.
Yeah, is
Yeah.
it before the okay?
Otherwise, it'd
That's
be
what I thought.
kicking bees.
No,
No, it'd be kicking
bands.
bands.
Kicking bees.
Kicking bands.
But yeah, that's where
Nice.
when I lost my first one, that's when I changed my Steam one and everything else to the Kain. And then I just rocked Devilish Fur on Xbox until I think the Series X came out, and that's when they kicked that one.
Devilish Fur.
Yeah, it was the first suggestion, and I was like, hell yeah, click.
I feel like I just feel like they
Fur's a
just
really
didn't
good
know
bird.
what they were doing.
I was so
Yeah.
happy when I went back in. They were like, "Would you like to change your gamer tag on Xbox?" And was like, "Absolutely." I did. Oh, God damn it!
That would be hilarious. We can talk about that. I'm down to talk about that.
Dude, that's so funny.
Mhm.
So at time of filming, Luigi has been caught. Apparently Mario pissed him off enough to start offing CEOs. Shout out to him. Did you guys see D-Brand is running a GoFundMe that their website links to pay for his legal defense?
Really?
That-
No, but that's interesting.
Yeah.
that's
I think just
So-
in general, a lot of Reddit jumped on him. And
So
it's
catch me up though, because I knew that they caught a suspect. Was it actually the shooter?
so allegedly he is the shooter, but I'm gonna go with a thought experiment here. They found him with the weapon, wearing the exact same thing. And found is a strong term because he went into a McDonald's in the clothes that the assassination was committed in, went up to the cashier, ordered a hash brown, and then told the cashier to call the police.
Okay.
So he kind of turned himself in, but they're not saying that. And then they found the weapon, all the other things he was wearing, a manifesto about him doing it, and 3 or 4 different passports with different names on them for other countries, $10,000 in U.S. currency, and $50,000 in EU currency.
Dang.
Okay, so like international assassin.
Nope. He is
Setup?
a super no, he did it. Or at least allegedly.
Allegedly.
He grew up going to a very prestigious all boys academy in Baltimore. Very wealthy parents, has a master's degree in computer science, and helped program part of Civ 6.
Yeah.
He just, I guess, went down a rabbit hole and decided that the CEO of United Healthcare needed to not exist anymore. And
I thought he had.
in his manifesto, it just talks about how many people United Healthcare has fucked over and how they deserve it and all this stuff. So
he's not completely wrong.
no
I
one's
thought he had,
arguing
like-
whether he was right or wrong.
I thought he had like back or spine surgery, and maybe the aftermath is what started all like his rabbit hole and all that.
Homie had a
least that's what I-
6-pack and nicer pecs than I do. If he had back surgery, it turned out fine, and his rich parents paid for it. Yeah, he just fucking went off the deep end, man. And I get it.
Yeah.
No one's happy about what healthcare looks like in the United States. And like, I ain't mad at him. Probably poor execution. That's my caveat. Poor execution. He could have done with his wealth way better things to fuck over United Healthcare than doming the CEO. Or shooting him in the ass, because the first round went into his ass. But yeah, like, Luigi has been caught. It's entertaining.
Fair enough.
I mean, while I do agree with the family income disposal that he may have had access to, there's definitely things he could have done differently and potentially better overall against United Healthcare. But this was an action that got very quick results.
Yeah, it did, and I am not a proponent of offing people that don't know what they're doing wrong, or offing people that do know what they're doing wrong but don't necessarily deserve to be offed. He could have started a charity organization that just went after healthcare companies for the dumb shit they do. Like, not a charity organization trying to create centralized medicine, because huge fan, but we have enough of those. Just going after like these crazy denials just to help people with legal defense when they go after an insurance company for these things. I think that probably would have been a better option. But he went out with a bang, literally and figuratively. And it definitely showed promising results. There are, coming from my background, there is a lot of executive security that just made a lot of money off of this, because every CEO for every healthcare and pharmaceutical company is hiring essentially
security now.
contractors.
Bet.
So, message sent.
They getting scared because they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
You're going to see some suits walking around on the streets now.
Yeah. A friend of ours that does that stuff probably can retire in the next year now.
Damn.
No joke.
Yeah, it's dumb. And they're not like cheaping out on it. We're talking $2.5 million contracts is the low end from what I'm hearing from my friends
Oh, damn.
for 6 months. And that's
I mean,
all expenses paid. They have to be housed. They have to be given a very specific vehicle. All the weapons need to be purchased and licensed in that state. All the ammo needs to be purchased legally. All the defense equipment needs. So it's up there. We're talking costs for 6 months of protection.
Wild.
yeah. While I don't condone the actions of taking someone's life like this, he definitely got his message across.
Yeah, definitely message heard. It's cool. I like the backing that it got. Via the message being a poor choice, the backing that it got and seeing everyone come together and be like, yeah, fuck insurance companies, was nice to see. I saw very few people defending him.
I mean, they're the reason going to the doctor is so expensive.
Yeah, no doubt. Especially when all the research is paid for by our government. It's not like
Mhm.
they're coming out of pocket for anything. Um,
There's no reason it should be cheaper for me to fly to Thailand, get anything done, and then fly back for less money than I would spend on getting a couple burn wounds fixed here.
yeah, you're not wrong. Um, talking about that, and I don't want to go into the politics of it, but did you see some of the crazy research that was released and the costs?
No.
So, the American government, in their infinite wisdom, decided to pay $2.7 million for a 1-year research study on if you give guinea pigs testosterone and cocaine, are they more violent?
Are they?
That sounds
I-
like some fucking experiments our government would do.
What fucking
The-
crackhead decided this was a good idea?
The paper is not unclassified, so I do not know the answer, but I could,
Oh, so-
again, educated guess, probably.
I mean,
You know, it seems funny, but as someone that has done research and has been given like government grants and everything, they will literally pay for anything that can be somewhat helpful, including giving testosterone to guinea pigs,
how is that
making
helpful?
people mad. Don't know.
Testosterone
You
and
don't-
cocaine. That's the
Testosterone
important bit.
and cocaine. Listen, you don't when you're getting that big of a grant or whatever, you're not going to question about it. You just write the thing. You write your proposal in a way that makes it sound smart,
I
and you
mean,
could like dupe people.
and let's be real, you could just see what kind of effect that has on the human body just by going back and watching old videos of Macho Man Randy Savage.
True.
You're not wrong.
The research has been done.
That happened in the 80s, guys,
Yeah.
when the cocaine was way better.
We have decades of research. It's just
Yeah.
undocumented.
All of the
Mm.
WWE.
Like back in the 80s.
Yeah, I'm excited to see more dumb shit that we've paid for. All right, you want to get into your topic, DreadPirate?
Which one? The reason I feel like garbage right now?
Yes, the
Let's
reason you
start
feel like
there.
garbage.
So last night was the Christmas party for my job, and it was like a dual Christmas party. So you had both the restaurants that the owner has together in one building,
And then you
like
guys fought it out.
yeah,
Put 'em up,
You're
put 'em
you're
up,
close.
yeah,
You're
put 'em up,
close.
put 'em up.
you're very close. The whole night was fine. Like there was a bunch of people like making drinks with cocktails and everything. I was making shots for people and just getting legitimately pretty drunk. So by like close to the end of the night, some dude that was just a random invite like went after one of the owners, the female one, who just recently had a kid. So her husband, the other owner, started going after the dude. So I grabbed him, and then I pushed him. I literally like pulled his ass inside the restaurant, and then turned around and like anime punched this dude in the side of the face. Like
I'm
there
just
was
straight up imagining like One Punch Man, just like go gadget arm.
that's kind of how it went, because like so the entrance to the restaurant is about 3 steps, about 4 feet up, and there's like this concrete ledge also that goes a little higher. So he was on the bottom of the steps, so I jumped off the fucking concrete ledge and just like railed him in the side of the face. Yeah.
Bro.
And then when he wouldn't leave, he kept trying. I essentially choke slammed him with my left hand and just held him down and just fucking told him he had to go.
So before we each ask our questions, why was he going after the female owner of the restaurants?
I don't know. At this point, I was very drunk. But I saw the ordeal happening, and like I looked at her husband, the other owner, and I just saw rage in his eyes, and as he was going after this dude, so I was like, you should probably not do this, homie. So I got him away, and I was like, I got this, and I just fucking decked this dude, and then it just got really out of hand after that, and I held his ass down until he left, and then so that essentially ended the party.
I can see that.
So we ended up going to another bar where
That was the intermission.
yeah, that was the intermission. We ended up going to another bar, and actually, like probably like 5 or 6 of us of my coworkers, and from there we got into another fight with the people from the other restaurant. And then when that ended, we left and went to another bar and got into another fight with
Act
the
3.
people from the other restaurant. I don't remember any of the third one, but when I got told by my buddy who I woke up on a couch like right next to, I was like, "What happened last night?" Like after all this went down, he was like, "Bro, when we were at random dive bar, at the end of it, I walked out and you, homie, 2 of my other bartenders, just straight knocked out 3 of the dudes from the other restaurant, and so we left."
What the fuck?
So
You got worked up and squirrely is what happened to you.
I was on I smoked a lot of weed that night. I brought my little portable dab container. I was loaded up. I drank the tequila high noons, which were actually pretty good. And you know what? It's Christmas, so I drank Rumple Mints.
that's
Oh,
where you fucked
no.
up.
That's I know where it came from. And also I microdosed mushrooms.
Gosh.
So my
So
I have one question. I've been thinking about it since you told me about this earlier. Why does your knee hurt? At no point did you
I-
say you need anybody.
I'm assuming when I like jump punch that dude, I didn't land right because the focus was on I was very drunk, so the focus was on really just like getting the hitting. So the landing wasn't really in my thought process. I'm assuming that's kind of where it came from, and then like proceeding to choke slam this dude afterwards.
In my mind, being that we're all over 30 at this point, when he was saying that he got up on the curb to like jump up and hit the dude, I just imagine like he got off the ground and just like jumped wrong and his knee popped the wrong way and then he got the hit in.
And that could have been it too.
So did you like simultaneously get promoted and then when fighting the other staff get not promoted?
I don't fucking know. I just know I won 3 fights last night, but it's still in the end I lost because I can barely walk right now.
Is your knee swollen?
It doesn't look it looks just like a tiny bit swollen, but it is definitely hurts to fucking put like any weight on it.
This is how DreadPirate's ACL went.
Oh my gosh.
Actually, you
So how does
wouldn't,
the
you
rest of
wouldn't
your
feel
body
an
feel?
ACL tear, so you're good there.
So my knee and my right hand hurt like hell, but that's about it. And I'm sore. Like my muscles are sore.
Are you like hangover sore or like you fought 4 people sore?
Yes.
I haven't been in a good bar fight since I lived in Hawaii. You made me really jealous earlier today.
I haven't been in a good bar fight in a long time. I felt great afterwards. I was like, damn, I still fucking got it.
Dude, I don't know what it is lately.
But fuck am I in
like,
pain.
I've been feeling that like urge to just like want to fucking deck someone lately.
Yeah,
Like,
I called the
I've
fucking
been holding that back for a few months now, but it's just like pent up in me, just like ready to fucking just give it to someone.
Yeah, I called the owner today while I was like getting food earlier. I was like, "Hey, by the way, we kind of beat the shit out of some of your other employees. And so if there's blowback, I apologize." She's just
What
like,
was that response?
well, she thanked me for defending her and fucking wrecking this dude at the restaurant. And then she was like, "All right, I really appreciate you just like letting me know." I was like, I hope nothing happens, but yeah, we kind of beat the fuck out of a few of the dudes from the other restaurants." just so if somebody comes at you, you know what's going
We
on.
kind of just casually beat the shit out of people that work for you. So my bad.
That
Well, hang on,
poor
hang on.
HR rep.
Hang on. the other dudes that you beat up from the other restaurant, was this on either restaurant's property?
Nope.
Well, then you're
They
good.
were at a shitty dive bar. They were just douchebags.
Well, then you're good. Then they can't like do anything to you about your job and the workplace and whatnot.
Exactly.
Did the jump punch remove him from the property, or was he already off the property when you connected?
So technically, he was off the property when
Okay.
the dude that I jump punch did not work there. He was not an employee. He
Yeah,
just was a random invite.
Yeah, but a fight on your company property is still a fight on your company property.
You lose! Good day, sir!
Nice.
But that was
Mark,
self-defense.
mark that so we can redact that.
Oh, son of a gun. Hold up. 25-ish minutes. Gotcha.
Yeah. So like, I feel like garbage.
I'm impressed and a little jealous.
Yeah, dude.
But your boy still got it. It felt good. I feel like I won't have to get in another fight for 15 years.
I have to mildly agree with Kain. I'm a bit jealous.
Dude, everybody needs a good scrap once in a while.
I haven't been in some debauchery like that in a while, and I kind of miss it.
We
I-
have a couple of options here. I just want to point out there's a metal bar. We can get out into the mosh pit. That's all fair game. But, and this one I'm more curious about, there's an emo bar.
Huh?
So, all right, hold on. My only
I
caveat
think
with
the
the
emo bar would be more fun to
is-
beat them up.
yes, but the emo bar, their mosh pits is just where they flail around like fucking babies.
Bro,
I wasn't talking
it.
about in the
I
mosh pit.
I fucking
If I
can't
get
stand.
hit by one of those flailing monkeys, I'm going to fucking lose my shit and have to get carried out of there.
No, man, we just wear some ratty clothes. We go to a local show and we start talking mad shit like we used to. And one of two things is either going to happen. One of them's going to cut themselves or one of them's going to try to fight us. And either's fun.
Kane's got a point. Kane's got a point.
YouTube, we
Metal
don't
bar it is.
condone violence.
Yeah, so
We don't.
Just
we don't
remember,
support
don't-
this.
Don't do it on
So-
a day you have to going to work the next day.
That, but YouTube, if you're listening, nobody was hurt. We don't condone violence. And now back
No.
to the condoning violence or whatever.
We're talking about going to a metal show and walking into a mosh pit. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I just have to save us from the YouTube bots.
And I'm just talking about past
Do.
transgressions.
Yeah, no. We're good. I just know how the algorithms and everything works. So,
Well, you're part of it.
now why do you think I know how it works?
Fair.
Yeah. Other than you guys, I don't think I could have picked a better fighting group than I had. One used to be grew up in Vegas as a bartender, big fucking dude, and the other one was in the army. And
Oh, that doesn't mean
Oh,
shit. There's a lot of powder puffs in the army.
I would not see him as one of them.
Rowdy rough boys.
Yeah, they let me fight all army. I'm a terrible fighter.
Like I agree, because army dudes are one of the few that I've actually like gotten to scraps with and won, and Navy dudes. Marines whoop my ass every time.
Yeah, they get combatives, Marine combatives training in basic and AIT or whatever they
Mm.
fucking call their advanced individual training. Whereas
Yeah.
in the army, you gotta like beg for it.
And I've never scrapped with the dude from the Air Force or the fucking Coast Guard.
That would
Or
be
Space Force.
hilarious. You might make them cry.
The Coast Guard or
Oh.
the Air Force or both?
All three.
I heard
Yep.
Coast Guard actually goes through Marine training.
Like 1% of them. But
Oh,
that's
okay.
the same as like 1% of the Marines go to Ranger school. That doesn't
Yeah.
make them Rangers. That just means they went to the school.
Gotcha. Well,
You can go to school of law. Doesn't mean you're a lawyer.
That's very true.
all right. Moving on from violence.
Now there's more
Which we don't
violence.
condone.
I don't have much more violence.
New
However,
topic, more violence.
Sony's talking about buying the Elden Ring company. Did you see that?
Good.
Sony wants to pick up FromSoft.
Yeah.
That'd be sad, actually.
I don't. I think
Think
it would
so?
be too.
Sony
Oh,
puts
that-
out bangers of RPGs.
They
That was
do,
my
but
initial
Sony's.
thought.
But also, Sony's been fucking up a lot lately.
Yeah. So like if they buy FromSoft, the next iteration of Elden Ring will be, a PlayStation exclusive for the first 6 to 12 months.
Yeah.
And then after that, they'll probably like botch it, like make you require a PSN account and all that crap like they've been doing, like they've been pulling. So
Yeah.
I don't know. And then like on top of that, they never discount any of their exclusive titles lower than like $25 that I've seen.
Yep. From what I've heard, I haven't played Elden Ring. Never been huge into Souls-like games. And I give a fuck what nobody says. It is a Souls-like.
I was getting Elden Ring mixed up with Elder Scrolls. My bad. Yeah, this is a terrible idea. I just wanted another Elder Scrolls game. I think it was worth all those points you said.
No,
I didn't want to.
I think
ruin your
Microsoft bought
parade.
the Elder Scrolls Bethesda.
Yeah, I believe Microsoft did, but I didn't want to like ruin your parade. I just want you to think that like all the FromSoft games were like RPGs.
Between Kain and I, we make a brain cell because we misinterpreted that from different directions.
Oh boy, where'd
Because
you
like
go?
I understood the game, but I went Bethesda.
So
Yeah,
you and Kain,
you went the same way, just
you
different.
both went to Bethesda in your heads? Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, because in my mind I was like, we'd get a new Elder Scrolls game, and then we'd get a good Fallout game, and then they might make Starfield good. This is a win in my mind. Sony, you need to buy Bethesda. Let's do it. Microsoft's gonna fuck it up. I know they are. You have best chance.
Well, they fucked up Starfield. Like that had every potential to be a phenomenally good game with a lot of thought into it and a lot of support, and they fucked it up royally.
Yeah, but they're trying to No Man's Sky it. Like they pushed it out as fast as they could. It wasn't really complete, and now they're going back and like fixing it and listening to their fans instead of, I don't know, beta testing it and getting initial feedback.
Yeah, you know one of my
That
least
and the
favorite
other-
parts of the game? I'm sorry, Beans. I'll tell you
No,
that
you're good.
too.
The other thing I was gonna add to that was when that game released was also when Baldur's Gate was releasing.
Yeah,
So,
it had no chance.
On top of it being a pretty much not a fully finished game, it had phenomenal potential. But you're trying to release that title that's not finished at the same time that Baldur's Gate is finally releasing from its 2.5-year beta that's been nothing but positive. Like title for title, it had no chance.
To be fair, while the Baldur's
To be
Gate
fair.
beta was nothing but positive, it was still not well known yet.
I would argue that.
I also would argue that there are plenty of people who knew about, Original Sin 2 and basically any other ARPG, right?
I'm saying from where it was to where it exploded. It was a well-known game, but like it became mainstream. I never heard of Original Sin in a mainstream video game conversation.
Well, Original Sin is pretty old at this point. I mean, how long was Baldur's
they
Gate
did-
3 in development?
Yeah, like 3 years or something like that from when
I mean,
we
it
got
was
to
in-
play
Yeah,
it.
it was in beta for 2.5 years.
Let's see. Hang on. Let me look at this. Original Sin 2 release date.
All right, I'm back.
So, Original Sin 2 was released in 2017. That's probably why you haven't heard much hype about it, because it's been more than a couple years
Yeah.
since that came out, and then they started working on Baldur's Gate 3. But, I mean, from the amount of people who played the beta that knew about it, like, the game was going to pop, and then when it fully released, I mean, it's still popping. Like, it is still a top charter on Steam as far as I know.
I mean, it just had a major update 2 weeks ago where they just released on like 12 more playable classes and then I think 2 more or 3 more playable races.
Did they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
It
shit.
just released like 2 weeks ago. it like we literally had an episode, I want to say maybe like 3 or 4 episodes ago, where we were kind of talking about Baldur's Gate 3 and like the dauntiness of picking it back up because we've all kind of left off on it. But like now there's new classes and races that I've not played yet that I'm like, okay, now I can justify restarting. Now I can justify replaying Act 1 again because it's going to be completely fresh.
When are we gonna do a team game, gang?
We do need to do a team game.
We do, but trying to get us all synced up on a schedule is tough.
We
Yeah, man.
we would just have to treat it like playing a real D&D game. We would have
Yeah.
to plan a day every week and a time that we all got together.
And that's still super hard.
I mean, even if we just do like 2 hours on that one day, like
Yeah.
that's pretty good, and I think
Yeah.
most of us can afford that.
I agree with that.
I say it should be a Monday.
Of course you do, because that's the only time that you're off and can
Um,
play with all of us.
Exactly.
I was gonna say,
By the way, Pirate, did you turn your camera off or cover it or something?
Food got here.
Ah, nice. Okay.
yeah.
It's just a black screen. It's not even like you shut the camera off and there's your icon. It's just black.
Yeah,
It's
no,
like, what happened?
I put the cover on the camera. That's all.
So
Yeah. If
Oh,
we are
speaking of,
serious,
I mean, I am definitely serious because I think I only left off with another group that I was playing with like middle of Act 2, and didn't go back to it because I wanted to pick back up with them. But I'm definitely serious about playing it, and
Yeah.
I think we can mod it to have like more than just the 4-player base party. So we could do a 5-man team.
I
Do you
was
want to
gonna
do Baldur's
say
Gate or Divinity 2?
Baldur's Gate.
No, Baldur's
Okay.
Gate. I'm
But-
not going back to DOS 2 when
Yeah.
Baldur's Gate 3 exists.
I was gonna say if we are being serious, I'm gonna have to look at what free time I have. I'm getting competitive in a trading card game, and that takes up more than half of the week. So I just have to find out which day is the least important day and then take off.
That's fair.
Yes, the AI Pobot is a nerd. That's a big shocker.
No one argued it.
No one's arguing. Yeah, it's the truth.
All right,
Bro, as long as you're having fun.
So
Oh,
I was mentioning this earlier, how it's still like one of the top chart players. So all-time peak was 875,000 people playing Baldur's Gate 3 at one time, and current player count is 60,000. So still pretty popular for a game that came out a year ago.
I was gonna say No Man's Sky is at 17,000 peak count in the last month, and Starfield is at 7.
7,000 or
7,000. My bad.
Just a lonely 7 in one ship.
7 people.
Dude, that would be some shit if that game got abandoned to except for 7 people around the world in one ship.
Dude, people still play Fallout 76, and I just don't see the grind. I don't get it.
I've actually
guess
I got a topic on that.
That's another one of those ones that apparently like has improved over time, kind of thing. Like they fixed a lot of stuff to make it better, but I
All right.
never bothered.
Barring the story, and this is a big barring the story, Fallout was a garbage game. Just mechanically. It was a shitty game. The story was so good, and that's what propped it up. Fallout 76 doesn't have a fucking story.
You talk about Fallout in general.
I've heard.
Yeah, Fallout in
actually-
general has a great story, and that's the only thing that saved it. Except for New Vegas, which wasn't made by Bethesda. New Vegas was a fucking baller of a game.
I was about to say
Isn't London coming out soon? Fallout London or something?
London's coming next.
New London is being made by the same people that created New Vegas. Bethesda just bought them.
Oh, damn it. Well, it'll either be a banger because they leave the studio to do its work, or it's going to suck.
Yeah.
I think London's just an odd city.
Huh? No, New
What do you-
London's a whole new game.
No, I think like doing it in London is an odd city for Fallout.
Like a setting?
Oh,
Yeah.
I think it'll be cool.
I think it, yeah.
Yeah, it's a weird. The 50s in London was a wild time.
Mm.
I mean, think Beatles, my man. Think
I always forget
fucking
that.
Black Sabbath came out in
I always-
59.
I always forget that they tend to be in the past.
The UK is where a lot of our great rock music started from, especially in the punk era, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a New York punker. Fuck them Brits. 1776. You want round two? Bring it.
I'm a Latin American punker. Casualties all day.
But
I'm
yeah,
interested to see how they do the London landscape, though. Like, are they going to keep some of like the major, landmarks of London, or is it going to be like downtown London was hit and they're trying to rebuild it? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. But
I
what
think-
major landmark has London had other than the Eye in the last, I don't know, 500 fucking years?
Big Ben.
Big Ben.
Okay, 200 fucking years.
My
My
what
bad. I
is it?
forgot the 1800s.
Why am I forgetting the name of it? It starts with a like Westminster Abbey is also one.
Westminster Abbey was created in the 1800s. Next.
You're just asking for famous
see.
landmarks. I'm giving you.
No.
you said
famous
within the
landmarks.
last 200 years, these are newer things, bro. Like,
Those aren't though. Like even the like you got Tower of London, you got the fucking bridge, you got Westminster Abbey. All of those things were created during the Renaissance period, not during industrialization. So other than the Eye, they don't really have anything that's cool to look at. And I'd say fuck it, put the Eye in there. It's supposed to be a futuristic nuclear area.
we'll see. We'll
I
see.
feel
Really
like-
hit a nerve. Didn't
I
it?
feel like you definitely got to bomb Big Ben for the fallout to happen in London.
Not Tower of London.
No, either that, or it's gonna have Big Ben in there, but it's gonna have like one of the nukes that didn't explode, just like chilling in one of the clock faces,
Yeah.
like
Ooh,
ready, ready to be popped.
and it gives you the option of doing it as a story quest, like in the third one.
Yeah, or you walk up to the nuke and you just go ting 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 ting, and
Blow up a whole fucking town filled with people.
Wouldn't be the first time in that world.
wasn't that called Nuketown too? Like,
It was called
Yeah.
Nuketown.
They even have a soda after it.
Nuka-Cola's been around forever.
Fallout
Yeah.
Season 2 and 3 look good. It is in New Vegas.
Ooh,
Nice.
I loved how they ended the first season when they looked at they were like came over and looked at New Vegas.
I have a confession. It's secret time. I haven't made it past the first episode. Not because I didn't like it, because they killed an animal and my significant other is not about that. And we have been told no other animals are harmed in the making of the show. So we're going to restart it soon, but I have yet to see past the first episode.
I've also never
watched it
seen
with
it.
you guys. It
It's
was
super
so
good.
good.
It was so good. It is everything you want a video game adaptation to be.
I've
Like
heard,
it felt like you were starting a Fallout game.
oh yeah,
and
I'm calling
going
calling
through
it
the
right now.
choices and stuff.
Come the next week or two, we're picking a day and we're all coming over and we're having a popcorn Fallout night.
I got the 24th through the 6th off. So I'm down
you
for
can bl-
whenever.
And you can blow through that in 2 days.
Yeah, I have two things I have to do. One of them we can't talk about on the podcast, and the other is go get lost in the woods. So, pretty open. I just have a lot of user lose days and was told I had to take them before the end of January.
No, good call using them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, my wonderful people services director called me personally and was
Be
like,
gone.
you're not taking vacation. You need to fuck off for 2 weeks. But so talking about remakes, it seems like it's a show of updates and remakes. Did you guys see 2077 got an update today?
Yes. I was
Really?
actually going to bring that up.
I will let you take it away because I have yet to do research. I had kind of a busy day today.
So Cyberpunk got an update, the 2.2 patch, which apparently added a whole like 100 more character customization options
Holy crap.
and included 10 new vehicles to drive in the game, along with a I forget what they're calling it, but essentially it is a way to like reduce your wanted level. in Night City, where you can take your car and you can reskin it with a different looking car to drop your wanted level because they can't track you by your car, quote unquote. So it's sort of like driving into a
Alright.
body shop in GTA.
Which, I mean, chop shops are in Cyberpunk.
Yeah, this is different though. This is more like trying to think what I could compare it to that would make sense.
Well, I mean, in
But
Cyberpunk, it's not really a chop shop, but you do have side quest missions where you're working for someone, stealing cars, and then bringing it into their shop. And in doing so, you then become friendly with them, and then you can change the skins and paint jobs and all that kind of stuff.
yeah, but this is like a totally on the fly thing. Like you could be driving down the road, click a button, and it changes your car. So
I'd
it's
be curious to see how that works out because I'd have to imagine you need to get away at least for them to not see you make that change, which to me is like pull into a building and then pull out of the building.
I guess we're just gonna have to replay it. I mean,
Darn.
Oh, darn.
Darn.
I haven't played Corpo yet. Sounds like I need to make another character.
yeah,
I think
actually,
I think the last character I started was a couple like 7 or 8 months ago, and I made a corpo.
I've
same.
played all
So I
three.
could just jump right back into that character. It's brand new character too. I wanted to run a melee build with that one.
But I also have not played the expansion, so I
Not
might
worth it.
be getting around to doing that with this new update and kind of just getting a feel for all the new features and stuff. So that'll be fun. But yeah, so it's more or less like a cloaking device, and apparently with certain vehicles, like you can scan them with your optic scanners or whatever,
Mhm.
and then you pay a small fee, and then you can add that vehicle to your list of vehicles that you can change into on the fly.
I wonder, and again, we'd have to play it to figure it out, but I wonder if they're bringing in like, I want to say it was a year or two ago, like in real life, BMW pretty much created a paint job where you can on the fly change the color of the paint through like magnetic pigmentism and stuff like that. So I wonder if they're going to incorporate like a version of that in this game where like you can change it on the fly, but like you have to spend money on your vehicle to equip it with certain things.
Not sure, but like I know they added car customizations, and apparently that you could also now get like Johnny Silverhand riding shotgun with you for a lot of your driving, if you're like by yourself driving.
Yeah. And we'll react to what's
So,
happening.
yeah, and he'll react to what's happening. Um,
Just getting pesterized the entire time you're trying to run from the cops. Should
basically,
have turned left.
yeah, probably. But let's see. Okay, they call it Crystal Coat. Rayfield's Crystal Coat technology, initially designed for Rayfield vehicles only, has now been adopted by other car manufacturers. You can now change the paint jobs on Herrera, Mizutani, Quadra, and Villafort vehicles. Use Crystal Coat to fool the cops and lower your NCPD wanted level.
So yes.
Yep. And the other, I guess there's another thing here. Kuroshi presents Twin Tone as Crystal Coat continues to gain in popularity. Twin Tone takes your paint job to the next level. Simply scan a car with your Kuroshi optics, switch to the Twin Tone tab, save the vehicle's color scheme for a small fee. You'll then be able to select the schema in Twin Tone database under Crystal Coat menu. There you also find generic color schemas for all Crystal Coat compatible vehicles, as well as unique color schemes, blah, blah, blah. So Kuroshi's making it so you can scan other vehicles, pay a fee, and then you can use that for Crystal Coat to change your car.
That's dope.
Yep.
So this is a very silly thing, but I just saw one of the gameplay updates that they made. And this is a very silly quirk in the game, but it always made me laugh. When you're in combat while in your vehicle, when you reload the game, when you reload your gun, if you haven't changed your button configuration, it's the same button to honk the horn. So every time you go to reload, you honk your horn. It's always fucking made me laugh.
I
But
like
that's one of
that.
the gameplay fixes that they got rid of. So now when you're in combat and you go to reload, it doesn't honk your horn.
And you know, go CD Projekt Red for continuing on with that after the travesty of opening of it.
Yeah, and apparently a lot of people were surprised because this wasn't supposed to be another patch. Like 2.1 was supposed to be the last patch.
Uh-huh.
So when they just dropped this, it was like, okay, thanks. Like, I guess they'd been working on it before they started their development on Witcher 4.
Yeah,
And,
that's the end of the announcement. Is they are entering full-time development on Witcher 4.
Yep.
I love they're a good example of a good game company that tries to do right by the players
And definitely bounced back from the initial release, right? Like,
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they had a 2-year travesty. So, like, give credit where credit's due. I mean, they bounced back and they did right, but I mean, they had a fucking long fuck up.
And while it was a giant fuck up. I never had issues with the game when I played it. I had one or two glitches, but like game almost like but glitches that didn't let me finish quests sometimes, but they were never main story quests. But I got lucky. And I think
Yeah,
their
I mean-
biggest mistake was trying to put it on older systems.
I have one gripe
Yeah.
with CD Projekt Red. Where my Cyberpunk multiplayer?
For real.
Right? That game would be so
Uh,
much fun as a multiplayer.
They promised it.
I'm pretty
They
sure
did.
that's on Nexus mods. You can get multiplayer for Cyberpunk.
Why aren't we multiplayering Cyberpunk? Fuck Boulder's Gate. I
I
already got a D&D campaign going. I actually broke my addiction to Warhammer and beat Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 over the last week and a half.
Nice.
Buddy.
That's
Still not getting any sleep. Just throwing it out there.
That's what I'm getting at. Like, congratulations, you got away from one addiction, but you did not solve the problem.
Baby steps.
Baldur's Gate 1 is probably the game I've spent the most amount of time in my entire life as a gamer.
No, Skyrim still holds it for me.
It was Baldur's Gate 1, man. That was my I put plus like 200 300 400 hours into that game.
Outside of a game like WoW that spanned like a decade of playtime, like
Mhm.
Skyrim probably has the most playtime for me consecutively,
Mhm.
and like Borderlands is probably right behind it for me.
I think Morrowind is right behind it for me too.
Yeah, I
'Cause
played
pumped.
way more Morrowind than I did Oblivion or Skyrim.
Same as me. I played that till I was everything was 100.
See, I didn't get into those games until Skyrim came out. They just weren't on my radar.
Then-
So
and-
after
and
I
X-
played Skyrim, then I kind of went backward and played Oblivion and Morrowind.
Been Xbox proud since day one.
I still have the Morrowind guide over on my shelf. It is destroyed, but I will never get rid of it. It's like my Ocarina of Time guide.
Which one's mine? Final Fantasy X
Mm,
is the one
10.
guide I don't think I can ever get rid of.
7 for me.
Yeah.
Y'all could
I
afford bucks. Y'all so lucky.
oh no, I definitely strategically transitioned that equipment to an alternate location. But yeah, I never did 7 with a guide. Every playthrough for 7 I've just stumbled through. It's been really fun because I played the like PS1 PC version probably 3 or 4 dozen times playthrough completely. And I find new shit every time.
Nice. So my
Made those
first
games fun.
first time ever playing through 7 was basically blind, like you were saying. And then it was, back when we had Game Informers that you could pick up, and you grab a Game Informer and it gives you like a guide on finding like a secret weapon or, how to complete this area kind of thing. And that's sort of what got me into it. And then I ended up like buying the official guide, which was like, at that point, like a book this
those
thick.
books were thick.
I don't
Alright.
have it anymore. But yeah, like that was also back in the day when I had a PS1 and a Game Genie.
Game Shark.
Yeah, I
It
had a
was
Game Shark.
wasn't it?
No, Game Genie was the PlayStation version.
Oh, I thought it was
I-
still Game Shark.
I might
I
be
think
getting
it
it
was Game
mixed up.
Shark.
I think Game Genie was the Nintendo version.
I think Game Genie was
Game-
Nintendo.
Game Genie
Yeah.
was Nintendo. Game Shark was the PlayStation, and I think the
Boy.
later versions of the Nintendo consoles.
Yep.
But yeah,
Yeah,
so
because I remember having the Game Shark for the PlayStation where you'd have the like spring that would hold the button down so you can open the lid.
Shout out to Grand Theft Auto for being one of the first games to just put them in the game itself. All the cheat codes. Like shout out to you guys and Rockstar
don't-
for
Like,
doing
oh,
that.
Call this number, you'll get unlimited ammo.
Exactly.
Dude, the internet
But, like-
ruined Game Informer, and I miss it.
Bro, I remember having to go on the old dial-up interwebs and look up how to beat the water temple for Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time.
Yo, cheat CC, my man.
and the infinite wisdom of before Reddit.
Yeah. Dude, did you guys
You
see Reddit's trying to create a search engine?
Good for them.
What?
They should.
I mean, makes sense, right? Because Google's about to have to sell because they have a monopoly on search engines, apparently.
Yeah.
Dude, a Reddit search engine would be prime, man.
Yeah.
It'll be the new age stumble upon.
Well,
I mean-
actually, I hope the Reddit search engine is never Prime. Just throwing that out there. I don't want Amazon to own that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, fucker.
Fuck Daddy Bezos. Talking on Reddit, this is gonna sound really weird. And I might have sent you guys the video. I can't remember exactly who I sent it to, but I went down a weird Reddit rabbit hole about this girl that can't get laid because she keeps calling the people that want to have sex with her good boy during sex. And I wanted to get your temperature on that because I think it ruined the moment for me.
I believe that entirely depends on how it's said.
For me, it'd have to be the context of it. Like if it's something that like she can't help and it's something for her, I could get past it. If it's something to just like that's a quirk of hers that is kind of an annoying habit, it might bother me after a while.
She
what if
whispers
it's
it
like-
into your ear.
I mean, if she can say it in Spanish with a Spanish accent, that might be a different conversation.
Yeah, no, we're talking English here. She says it in German. I'm hard. I'm bricked.
That would sound so aggressive in German.
Exactly.
Everything sounds aggressive in German.
Precisely.
I don't know. There's a lot of variables there.
Yeah, I mean, there's some variables there. I guess it depends on like your yum, right? So, maybe that works for some people, but like,
You said
Depends
that.
on your yum.
You said
Yeah,
that in a
well,
way like you didn't want to say it.
I'm not here to yuck anybody's yum, is what I'm trying to say. So
Hey, we
We're
don't
not kink
kink
shaming, I
shame.
think is the best. You could have just said we don't kink shame, but you decided to say yum.
well,
Yeah,
because I had the
so-
phrase in my head,
Yeah.
don't yuck anybody's yum. So
Don't
I
yuck
said,
their yum.
Yum. Yeah.
I got you. I knew where you were
think
going.
it
Just the
depends on the
tone was the best.
And also fuck off. Okay. Like,
So to answer the question, point blank, no, I don't think it would. But it depends on the context of like how it's implemented during the session.
and absolutely how she says it. Because if it's like good boy, like she's speaking to a pet, I'd probably have a problem with it, right? But or like in like a super creepy, like sweet voice, like yeah, I might be like, okay, no, I can't do this.
I mean, for all I
Us,
know,
enough.
she could be trying to call me a good boy to bring out the demon, and it's just a struggle snuggle of a fuck session.
I don't know if she said it degradingly, whether it would be a plus or a minus.
I
I've
Reset
I've
the video so
never
that we
been-
can all be on the same page.
I've never been in that situation.
Does she say it when you're
okay,
doing a good
okay.
job, or is it
I
just like
would-
every time?
I'm willing
Like,
to
what if
try
it
this
doesn't
once
come
and
with
see how it
pets?
goes.
Yeah.
I'm willing to try most things once, at least once.
All right, Kane, reshare the video so that we can all be on the same page.
I will
Right.
find it.
Pirate, are you trying to say that we need to find this person for you so we can test this out? Is that what I'm getting?
Oh,
I mean, it
she's
has been.
right
it has
up
been a
his
while.
lane. She's definitely batshit crazy, just based on the way she talks and acts. Prove me wrong. That's all I want. Prove me wrong.
All right, where's this link? You shared it yet?
No, let me dig out my phone.
Okay, yeah.
Now I'm
get
curious
it
to
over
who I
to us.
shared it to, because I definitely shared it to a bunch of people.
It was not me. I know that one.
Was it on
Must have been
Insta?
your other friends.
It was on Insta, but
Oh, yeah.
the rabbit hole on Reddit led me to the Instagram to find the actual video.
Did you like it on Insta? Because you can go find it in your likes.
No, I don't like anything on Instagram. I don't want them to know my paths. Who the
Oh,
fuck
I just
did I
keep liking
send this
random
to?
shit. It keeps them totally off my trail.
I have my Instagram curated so perfectly. It gives me exactly what I want, and I don't want to fuck that up. Because I'm gonna fuck it up. I shared it. Mark that.
Yeah, mark that one.
An hour, 17 seconds. Congrats.
We can
Shut
definitely
up.
hear that though, Kain.
Yeah, I'm turning it down. Where the fuck is Poe? All right, it's sending to
He's in
most
the
of
other
you.
room.
Did you guys see that? The company doing Suicide Squad is shutting down all support for it in January.
The game or the movies?
The game.
Oh, well, fucking
It
deserved. The game was
hasn't
kinda
even
trash.
been out. It's been out barely a year, and they're just like, "Fuck this."
Dude, surprisingly, a lot of games have been getting shut down in less than a year.
Because
mean,
they're
oh,
trash.
Well, it's not just that they're trash. It's that there's so many live service games. You really have to be at the high end of popularity to keep them going.
Oh, absolutely.
So like, it may or may not be trash. It just may not be popular enough and not receiving enough microtransactions to support the live service portion of it.
I don't know, man. From everything I've seen and read, it was hot garbage.
Oh yeah, no, I heard it was absolute trash. I'm
Oh.
defending the other games.
This was a
Okay.
bad thing to look up. Now I'm sad.
What?
What did you do?
Delisted games for 2024. Apparently on Saturday, all Sega Genesis and Dreamcast titles were delisted.
No. Well, that makes me sad.
Means I got to get a Dreamcast again.
I need to get mine from my parents' house.
Oh, that's the worst. I have to own a Dreamcast. Oh no.
Didn't we talk about the Dr. Mod thing last week?
Yeah, you can mod
Yes.
the fuck out of a Dreamcast. I do really want one, but I gotta mod the things I own first before I start modding other things.
Yeah, no, you good.
Which leads us all the way back to the beginning.
Yeah,
of
before
fucking with the Steam Deck.
before you came on, I went down a weird rabbit hole on the Steam Deck. Started off
Mans
with
was-
this stupid Canadian fucking strike for their international shipping has been fucking up it's been yucking my yum for the last week and a half.
Oh no, not the yuck to yum. It literally went from that into like, what if I just replace the screen? And then if I replace the screen, then I gotta do the joysticks. And if I do the joysticks, I gotta do the buttons. And if I do the buttons, I gotta do the triggers. And if I do the triggers, I gotta do the bumpers. And if I gotta do the bumpers, I might as well do the fucking trackpad. And all this just because he wants to make a new or get a case.
And if I got to do the trackpad, I may as well replace the entire motherboard. I mean,
The flip side of me spending $250 on Steam Deck mods is just buy a $300 OLED one and put the SSD I'm getting in that.
You can always sell me yours.
But then I won't have two. Then I can mod one while I game on one.
He's
All
not
right.
wrong.
And also, what are Steam Decks going for right now?
Like 600
used or
bucks.
new?
Refurbished. The OLED ones are hitting the refurbished from Steam very soon.
Let's
What?
see. Steam Deck OLED, $549 for a new one for the 512 gig.
No, you get the $399 one, wait for a good deal and spend $90 on a 2 terabyte SSD like I did.
Yeah, but why you wouldn't want the OLED screen?
No, 399's the LCD one still.
LCD.
Damn it. Yeah, so 549. So my original plan wouldn't work.
Or hear me
Anytime
out.
yours.
Hear me out. You buy the $3.99 one and you then mod that one. So now you're modding two at once and you're stuck forever.
Now, if
He's helping.
so, the big mods would be one of them would be an OLED screen. To convert mine to an aftermarket OLED that's better than the one that Valve put out. But I mean, maybe if I do really want an OLED one, but I'm kind of waiting on the second gen one, and I'd kind of rather have the Asus or the what's the stupid one where the controllers come off like a switch?
Oh, that's the Legion.
The Legion. I kind of want to throw money down on a Legion. I want to see where Windows Steam Deck takes me before I do. But if I throw money down on a Legion, then yeah, the Steam Deck is up for whoever wants to borrow it, and you can basically indefinitely borrow it till my itch hits again. I need to change out something.
Yeah, as far as the portable ones, the Legion's the one that had my attention for me to make a purchase.
I think there's one of them that's actually coming out with a new chipset soon, and it might be I don't know if it's the ROG or the MSI one.
Fuck the MSI one. That's Intel all day. Yeah, that thing.
No, something was coming out with an AMD chipset in it, and I was looking at an article on it earlier. But I can't remember which one it was.
Is it Neo? Because they're if you want the top of the line shit that's out right now, Neo's the way to go. But you're gonna drop $2,000, and if I'm gonna drop $2,000, I'm gonna build a second PC battle station.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm not putting $2,000 on a handheld. No way.
Yeah,
Absolutely not.
the Legion goes 549, and it is the literal upgrade of a Steam Deck.
It might be the new Legion, but it could be the MSI Claw coming out. Like one of them is getting an upgraded like processor or something. I'll try to find the article.
Yeah, because I'd be interested. It would force me to hold off a little bit. But yeah, the Lenovo Legion goes really good as far as handhelds go. I seem to be on an island where I enjoy the handhelds. So, but I've always enjoyed handhelds. That's one of the things, because traveling a lot, you get to play on an airplane, and that's the only thing that really keeps me awake.
Man, I really debated on asking you to borrow the Steam Deck when I flew to Japan.
Dude, you could have done it. I didn't
have,
give
but
it to you.
I know you would have, but I also ended up bringing my laptop and just played Steam offline mode.
Yeah.
Okay, so OLED refurb program starts in the next Steam sale, which is December 19th. Refurbished models getting knocked down from $649 to $519.
That's
So,
doable.
we'll see. Yeah.
I
I mean, that's still like half a computer at this point.
Yeah, but I don't need a computer. I need an OLED. It would be the only, other than my cell phone, it'd be the only OLED screen I own. So it's up there because I don't like PC OLED. TV OLED gives me a fucking migraine. It looks really good. I respect it, but it gives me a migraine. It's like when 4K first came out. It took me years to get used to 4K.
Yeah, but I've adopted pretty heavy into the OLED world. My main TV in the house is OLED. My computer monitor's OLED. My phone's OLED.
Okay, so yeah, this was the article. The new MSI Claw gaming handhelds are the most powerful Steam Deck rivals yet.
But is it
But I
Intel or
don't
AMD?
I mean, it's Intel.
Oh yeah, the existing Claw tests fucking terribly comparatively.
Yeah, well, the next set that's coming out is the new Intel Core Ultra 7 second gen processors.
Oh, so it's
So
gonna
the 8
overheat and fry itself.
The 8 AI Plus and the 7 AI Plus far outstrip the CPU and GPU power of the Steam Deck. So they're basically essentially saying that they're using AI to make it better.
Yeah, I mean, the Steam Deck was never the most powerful. If anything, even when it released, it was the weakest. It was the price point that sold it. And then Asus and Legion put theirs out, and they had the upgrade. The entire time A&EO was crying because you can't find anything they sell for under $1,000.
Yeah, and if I remember correctly, price to performance, as far as like a really good balance, the Asus was really good.
Yeah, the Asus one and Legion Go are effectively the same thing. They have the same hardware internally. That's what made the Legion one so good, is people weren't running into Asus problems.
And the Legion one, I believe, has the biggest screen.
Yeah. Yeah, it's beautiful.
So instead of another Steam Deck, you might be
Do
going
they
for
all have an
Legion.
OLED option?
Yeah, I might do a Legion Go. They're within my price range, but I don't play it enough to justify it. I'm just in a weird spot. The Legion Go is also 1080p. It's an IPS screen, but it's, when it's that small, the OLED doesn't matter.
I don't know, man. The OLED makes a big difference on the Switch too, or on the Switch.
My big thing with the Steam Deck screen is not the fact that it is an LCD screen, it's the fact that it is a poorly color corrected LCD screen. And
Fair.
from what I've heard, the Legion Go is pretty color accurate. So I'd be okay with it. Because I like the OLED, but I don't like the prices of OLEDs right now. Just OLEDs in general, not the Steam Deck.
Also fair, yeah.
Also, have you guys been hearing the scuttlebutt about the future of SteamOS?
So
Oh,
I've been seeing that
yes.
there's some stuff going around, and I've been seeing that LTT's been covering some stuff about SteamOS and Steam partnering with Chrome.
I
So
But
haven't
I
seen any
haven't
of
dug
that yet.
into it.
So what I've heard about it is Steam is coming out with a project called Fremont, and it is supposed to be a basically like a Steam standalone console. So for TVs only, apparently. Like I guess you can hook them up to monitors, but they're meant more for like televisions. But apparently it is going to be kind of like what they initially did with Steam Machines, like their project that they did with Alienware. You remember that?
Oh, they did it with way more than Alienware. That's why they failed. But yeah, it started with Alienware.
Yeah. But yeah, that is the new project. They're basically coming out with their own console, not a console.
Well, as everyone in this chat and everyone listening to this podcast should know, I'm gonna buy one. So we'll get to fuck with it. Because I've owned everything that Valve has ever produced except for their VR headset. And that's because I got to play with Scorches.
Mine was HTC, bro. Not even
Oh,
Valve's.
well then yeah, I've never played with the Valve one. Now I gotta buy one. Why are you yucking on my yum?
You're welcome.
He's just yumming all over the place.
Was it called Fremont?
I'll wait for the second gen one. Because my what is it? Meta Quest 2? No, mine's an Oculus Quest 2. It was pre-meta. It's starting to get kind of old.
There you go. I'll drop this link in chat. This isn't the article I originally read it from, but basically Fremont SteamOS device powered by AMD Ryzen processor. Potential Steam box may support a Hawkpoint CPU with Zen 4 and RDNA 3 graphics.
See, this is different from what I heard. This might be in addition to what I heard about the SteamOS.
See, this I'm most likely going to buy.
So
If this gives me my Steam library in my living room without any lag,
Well, yeah, it's going to basically be like a standalone console, like making a mini PC.
yeah, it'll be
Yeah.
Steam Link but good.
yeah.
So what I heard about SteamOS on its own was that they are finally producing a installable SteamOS. So that you can put it on your computer in lieu of Windows, which tells me that SteamOS is doing good enough for them to justify this because they weren't originally releasing it due to compatibility issues with Linux in most games. But honestly, I haven't ran into a game other than like Call of Duty that I can't play on the Steam Deck, even if it says it's supported or not. I've been pretty good about running it if it doesn't have anti-cheat. So, but I also use my Steam Deck for RPGs primarily. And side scrollers. I got back into side scrollers recently.
Nice. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's possible that they are making their own OS that you could install on a machine, but most likely they're building it for this Fremont project.
Yeah,
Because
well,
it's going to have its own OS. Like it's going to be.
yeah, when the Steam Deck, when SteamOS came out on the Steam Deck, their original plan was always to release it, but they also had an original plan of releasing Windows drivers that works, and we haven't seen those yet either.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what 2025 brings.
Oh man, they got DLCs for Shredder's Revenge.
Oh yeah.
Damn it.
That was random.
I was looking at side scroller games. I just beat Shredder's Revenge.
Or
Um,
did you?
Man,
They've been doing consistent updates to that one.
Shredder's Revenge was fun.
It's a fun game though.
Yeah. Well, I guess I'm gonna spend another $10 or so.
Also, on the topic of Steam, did you saw they were cracking down on season pass games?
Nah, I don't know about season pass games. I know they were cracking down on games that aren't complete.
Well, the article I read, I'll have to find it and send to you guys, said they were gonna start requiring games that use season passes to have like 3 seasons worth of content already ready to go.
That would
Yeah.
be cool.
I did hear about that. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So they can't put out these half-ass games with like that they say they're gonna do shit and end up taking forever to do it, or don't do it well, or shit like that.
Yeah, so I think if I remember correctly, like exactly what you're talking about, they're requiring game companies that say that they have a season pass to release on the schedule for the season pass that they set for themselves.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And if they don't, I don't remember what the repercussions are, but I think they just don't get hosted if they don't have it like planned well enough that
Yeah,
they can execute it.
I think they just don't put it on Steam.
Being delisted from Steam is a pretty big punishment.
Like
Like,
that's kind of huge in the
Yeah.
especially in the PC world.
as much as my gripes of other game loaders and game hosting softwares, Steam, they have their issues as well, but it's by far the largest one.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Okay, yeah, here's a Reddit post. Steam policy change. Season passes DLC must have all promised content delivered within a 3-month window of the original delivery date, or Steam will begin to process refunds.
Oh,
Holy shit.
that's worse than delisting. Okay.
Yeah, that's way worse than delisting.
That's just literally
Wow.
taking food out their mouth. I'm about it.
Right?
Hey, but that
Our
brings
Lord and
confidence
Savior
back.
Steam system.
Gave
Dude,
in.
I'm about that because that brings confidence back for the consumer as far as like pre-purchasing all the extra bullshit at the beginning.
Yeah.
And I think that's definitely why they're doing it.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's like you buy that ultimate edition of a game that has, season passes attached to it, like all the season passes with the ultimate edition, and
Mhm.
then you never actually see a DLC.
Right.
And they probably have to do a lot of refunds based on that anyway. So, I mean, I guess it makes sense, but now they're probably going to penalize the companies that don't put out their season pass content.
Yeah.
Go them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm for it.
Fuck these big companies trying to promise too much.
One last thing before we end this. Shout out to Throne and Liberty. Good holdover until Monster Hunter comes out. Also free.
It is. I played it. I played a couple hours worth of it. I don't know. Like, it's a beautiful game. I had some issues with like the combat. It just felt weird to me. But then again, I played on like week 1 where everything was just like oversaturated with other players. So, attacking enemies felt like I was in the middle of a mob attacking everybody trying to go for the same enemy. And I really couldn't get a feel for my weapons and stuff like that. All in all, it's fun. The bots are definitely a problem in that game, though.
Yeah, apparently they have fixed a lot of it, and the biggest complaint is the guilds now. And oh darn, yeah, so it's mostly positive in the last 30 days for reviews, and almost every review that is negative I'm seeing is here. Let me quote this one because it's hilarious. After 200 hours and being in one of the top 10 guilds for my server, I feel confident in writing this review. I'm going to skip
geez.
the good. The bad. This company is ridiculous. Our top 10 guild got messed up in the guild rankings. It's like, dude, who gives a shit? The game's been out a month. Like, do you think WoW didn't have its
200
fucking
hours.
problems?
200 hours is a lot to dive into that.
How are you going to give this game?
month.
How are you going to give this game a negative review when it came out October 1st or November 1st? Sorry.
No, my favorite reviewers are the ones that have like 2,800 hours in a game, and it's like, don't buy this game, it sucks.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
those are just people
like-
that don't want you fucking up their server. That happens on Rust a lot.
Like, your playtime hours alone sells me on I should play this.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But then again, how much of us really have that kind of time anymore?
Yeah.
I mean, I have time to like piddle around this game. I don't have time to fucking get in a guild in this game.
Yeah, and that's the problem I have with most MMOs like this anymore, is that you have to put time in to get something out of it. And like, other than just going through and completing the story, I wouldn't be able to do like any of the like the big raids, which this game is apparently very popular for, like huge boss raids. And because typically I think they're guild related or they're like open world fights, but like you have to be there on time for them, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know that I can do another MMO right now. Like, I have my Final Fantasy 14 subscription, and I actually just canceled it last night because I haven't played it in like 2 months. I played yesterday for like an hour, and then I was just like, yeah, I'm done already.
Nice.
So I don't know, but I mean, as far as like Throne and Liberty, the way it looks, it's beautiful. I mean, like, it's a gorgeous game. The character customization's fun. The fact that you have a fast travel form from the moment you start the game is awesome. And the abilities are fun and stuff is cool, but like, I don't know that I ever see myself getting to the high end content.
All right, new plan. RuneScape old school. RuneScape from 2007 is free to play.
I'm still good, bro. I'm still good.
I tried.
I'm good on that one.
I think after we're done tonight, I'm actually going to do a restart on my Cyberpunk campaign. So
That's fair. All right.
if not, I'm just going to keep playing Monster Hunter Worlds because I still have a lot more content to do in that too.
Oh yeah. I don't know why I'm recommending other shit. We just need to play Monster Hunter Worlds.
This is true.
Yeah, I still got quite a bit to get through in that game.
Yeah, come on, we need to help Beans out here. He needs the hunter support.
I'm down.
It's
I'm at
not your
in game.
fault,
Just
it's
text me.
you. I need to sit down and play.
Yeah, you do.
Mm-hmm.
Got to get those
Although
combos up before they change it all in Wilds.
I have to say, since I
Right.
started playing again, I've already gone up my monster rank from 16, where I left off at the end of the story. I'm already almost like level 32 or 33, and I've just been playing the optional missions, like knocking
Yeah.
them off my list.
The
Which is
optional
something-
missions is a majority of your experience.
Yeah, and this what's hilarious though is like the optional missions. I had like the 1 and 2 star stuff done, and the like 8 and 10, like the 9 and 10 star stuff done. Like somehow I had all of those completed already. It was everything in the middle that I did not do. And I think there was like some kind of exploit back then when I played originally that like if somebody else was already hunter rank 50 and could do those optional quests, they could just SOS and you could just join them from your lobby, regardless of what your hunter rank was. Like there was some way that you could not be the right level for that content, and then you get backpacked through it.
I vaguely
So-
remember that. I don't know. It's
Yeah, so
I'm
that's,
still like rediscovering stuff in that game. Oh yeah, this is super fun. And then I spend like an hour and a half redoing my bedroom.
Yeah, I'm at the point where I need to look up videos of connecting all my combos with the insect glaive.
That's where they get you hooked in, man.
Yep.
That's the heroin.
yeah.
And you chose a fun weapon to play with.
Yeah.
That's what I ran the
Thoroughly
entire
enjoyed it. I'm
time I
having a lot
played.
of fun with it. I just got to sit down and play.
Yeah. It's definitely one of the more fun weapons.
Hey, buddy.
Hey,
what,
how you doing?
what you doing after this?
Sign us out.
All right. And on that bombshell of gaming addiction, thank you all for listening. Have a good holiday season. You know, if you need to talk to somebody, always reach out. Especially this time of year, it's always hard for some people. You know, catch us on all of our socials, Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, YouTube, Spotify, Instagram, Twitch are all the same. The Depths of Jigoku. And then if you want to contact us for sponsorships or just want to contact us to see if you have any cool topics or you just want us to like review something, it's just the Depths of Jigoku at gmail.com. We should maybe try to stream on our Twitch when we have the chance. We're all just trying to decide. Maybe when we play Baldur's Gate, maybe we just start randomly doing it.
You know,
But
I
with
am
that-
once
Uh-huh.
again still down for that. Like I say that maybe one of the recording sessions should be a Twitch stream.
We are in the talks of that, so I'm definitely down. We just have to figure out a time and a game. So yeah, you all have a good night. Anybody else have any shout outs?
fluctuation in the AC voltage now. Roger. 50 meter maybe, huh? Stand by. Looking good to us. You're still looking good. It's coming up 3 minutes.